Alright, it's time for the final chapter of Akagi. After this came out in 2018, so I waited 5 years, sorry, to finish this. But I'm glad I did, finally, at last. Reading now, the final chapter. They did not put a big booby bikini lady on the cover in a shocking show of respect and restraint. Instead, we get this little collage of the wonderful cast of Akagi throughout the years. With Shizu suffering, as we saw at the end of the last chapter, thinking he was finally going to be able to confront Akagi, but was just one step away. The King of Hell and the demons that Washizu confronted when he had his little trip into hell. Yasuoka, the long-suffering detective, this guy, I don't really remember who this is, with the glasses, who's sweating and freaking out, just some guy with glasses who sweats and freaks out. The mafia boss who is organizing this whole thing, the fake Akagi. This was like an earlier saga villain. In the back is the blind dude. Crazy. 306 chapters. Like decades and decades. All building up to this. You trash. Ooh, and color! The finale chapter is here with additional color pages. Okay. You trash. The fuck did you just say to us, brain dead old man? Where'd you get off hacking so high and mighty? Bro, I wouldn't be so eager to confront this guy. Like, he clearly knows a little something that you don't. Has this little entourage of white suits and everything. Why don't I just kill you to warm up for Akagi, huh? How's that? He sees the gun, which he's just... Rishizu makes these expressions sometimes where he's like smug, but he also just kind of looks stoned. And he's just like, hey. The fuck do you think you're doing? Are you an idiot? Oh my gosh, okay. What a queer little toy I found. Wouldn't it be dangerous to have a senile Okute have one of these? My hands tremble so easily, after all. There is the smallest text I have ever seen summarizing maybe the entire story. Yes, okay. Including a ton of footnotes to explain the gambles. As if for some reason someone is just reading this chapter before any others. Okay, sure. We don't need to read all that. I love this. The Washizu just took the gun. That's his power. It's not just that he's a good gambler. It's not just that he has absolutely no morals and will do anything he needs to get ahead. It's not just that he's amassed such power in so many different arenas. It's not just that he's smart. It's that he has no limits. He'll just grab the gun from the dude's outfit and be like, I might kill you. Even if I don't have the intention of pulling the trigger. What a psycho! The white suits are freaking out too. Understandably. That's dangerous. Stop that. You're trying to kill me? Give it back right now. That's not a toy. Oh my gosh. I think only the Yakuza leader will recognize what the hell is going on here. That they're once again getting totally outmatched and owned. Pon, pon, pon. He's already abandoning the country. He already knows that he's got a stack of bodies that are very slowly being traced to his name. What the fuck does he have to lose by killing a couple more people? That's what they gotta recognize. They're all concerned about killing anybody. Washizu doesn't give a shit. He'll kill whoever he wants. Where have I seen this old man before? Yes, pawn. He's trying to pawn the 3 dragon trios that would have let him win the game. Right at the end there, he needed his subordinate to just play the 3 dragon tiles, in which case he would pawn, 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 and win with Yakuman. That's what was happening right at the end. That is the pawn that reverberates endlessly through his head. Pawn. That sound. Because I couldn't say that one word, I let a tremendous catch escape me. The big fish swam back out into the big blue ocean. Let alone having a rematch with him. I can't even find a way to meet him again. I love this fishing analogy. I love this drawing of Akagi as this black fish swimming deep into the depths. That sound. Because I couldn't say that one word. He's just going crazy. I can imagine. Can you even begin to imagine what this must feel like? Putting aside the money, putting aside the power, the humiliation, all of the circumstances, just on the level of being a gambler and playing this game at such a high level and finding such a worthy opponent, not being able to close out the game and never seeing them again. Never being able to, no matter how hard you try, have another match with them. Imagine like being a top melee player, someone who's like top 10 in the world, playing on unranked against random opponents, and fighting someone so good, that's so amazing. And you're keeping up, it's not like you're getting owned, you're doing your best, you're taking games, it's going back and forth. You play for like half an hour, the count is even, and you get disconnected. Can't finish it off. There's no true winner chosen. And then you never, ever see them again. Other people have heard of them. Other people have seen this tag before. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody has any way of tracking them down. You make posts, you make requests, you scour search results, the Discord channels, you look at tournament results everywhere you can. You describe their play style. You try to narrow in what made them so good. It's just so hard to articulate. And even if you could, it's not like that would just summon them there. It would drive you insane. And that's what's going on here. That's what's happening with poor Washizu. Throws the gun over. Let's go. Salty air is clinging to my skin. Since Akagi is no longer here, I have no business staying here in the countryside. We're leaving. Just now, you called him Washizu-sama. Could you perhaps be that famous man? Washizu Awao-sama? Yes, only he recognizes the true situation that they're in. Okay. Just wanted to respond to messages so I didn't feel distracted as we read this finale of all finales. The man who led the political and business world from the darkness. That legend. My apologies, sir. Even though we didn't know, we still acted far too rude. I'm so sorry. Even though he's retired now. If Washizu-sama felt like it. Could take your pitiful Yakuza group and have it dissolved by tomorrow. Yoshioka just ranting at them. Let it go. If things were to get serious with these pathetic runts, it would be a disgrace to my name. It was so good. Oh, it's so good. Just, I love in the end, you know, the last few times we saw Washizu, pretty pathetic. He lost. His white suits freaked out because they thought he was dying. He woke up and had a big tantrum, burned his money, stopped burning his money. He's like near broke, trying to find Akagi. Had to get out of the country. He's gonna go to jail. Failing to find Akagi. Always a step behind. But here, we get a taste of his true glory. A little bit. Right at the end. Just a taste of what a legend this man actually is. If things were to get serious with these pathetic runs, it would be a disgrace to my name. Amazing. Don't bother with him anymore. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. And one more thing. What does he remember? Because I feel like, I don't know, the thing about Akagi getting off before his ticket indicated he should get off, I think will still come into play. Like, they'll go to the wrong place or something. It'll show again the power of Akagi's whims. That he avoids danger and manages to get the one-up all the time by obeying his whims. Just a bit ago, you were talking about killing Akagi or some such, weren't you? Yeah, don't you fucking kill him. I have to fight him again. I have to play another match with him. You have no idea. The likes of you don't have the privilege, the capability, the hatred, or the respect, or the history that I do. And this is kind of cool too, because the series is ending. You know, as I've said, as I'm coming to grips with right here, the series is ending. And when we think about the time span between this and 10, where Akagi basically kind of lives like this, at some point he kind of mellows out a little bit. He becomes more and more reasonable. His gambling talent, of course, does not dull in the slightest. He's still an absolute titan, near his prime. Although there are moments in 10 where they say, well, if Akagi was in his prime, this would have been trivial, but since he's not, he can do only this much, which is still, of course, miraculous and genius or whatever. So it's kind of like, what happened in those times in between? This, I think, gives some indication that it's not like Washizu was running around chasing people and haggling them and harassing them such that they don't kill Akagi. But rather, Akagi has this, like, gravity around him. He has this weight that no one is worthy of killing him. No one is worthy of laying a finger on him. And it's this feeling of, like, only Washizu even comes close to deserving to kill Akagi. Deserving to have that privilege. And as I said, you know, it's not this literal situation playing out over and over again. But it just sort of speaks to the status Akagi has. The only one allowed to kill Akagi is me. Only Washizu Iwao may kill him. Yeah. That's basically it. And Washizu doesn't have much time left, I'm sure. He's an old man. He almost died playing Mahjong just a bit ago. He has to run off to some other country at some point. He might go to jail. Who the heck knows what happens with Washizu? Maybe someday the Washizu spin-off manga will cover this. Like, maybe it'll be like a Better Call Saul, like a wraparound spin-off that starts as a prequel and ends as a sequel. That'd be very cool. So maybe we will learn the fate of Washizu. But the fate of Akagi is clear. It's either Washizu or Akagi. Everyone else does not have a scrap of the right to be the one that kills him. It's pretty beautiful, because it's true that after this point, no one touches Akagi again. No one brings him to the brink of death again until Akagi himself, so many years later. Akagi, where are you? Where have you gone now? If I don't find you soon, I'm going to die, Akagi. Wow, we're nearing the end. There's only 10 pages left. Will we see Akagi? Or will this end with just Washizu's quest? We may have already seen the last of Akagi. Like, I think that would be pretty poetic, pretty appropriate, and very moving. If it turns out the last panel we ever get of Akagi is that very anticlimactic, alright, well now we're going our separate ways, and he just doodles off. Having finally abandoned Osamu for the last time. There we go. Okay, never mind. We're back to Akagi. Having some soba with Osama. It was precisely at this moment that Akagi was eating his first meal of the day. Earlier, you pretty much admitted that you'd lost before, right? Yeah, this was their conversation they were having right before he got off the train. Damn, soba looks good. I'm getting hungry. I gotta eat after this. This has been probably like, it's gonna be like 2 hours, I think, of reading this. These last 4 chapters, which is insane, but it's just how we do things here on the Keats the YouTube channel. And it's been powerful. I feel satisfied but exhausted by this process. And better whoever it was that beat you, something you've never forgotten about, huh? It's always be on your mind at least a little bit. Not really. This is such an amazing contrast to cut from Washizu's agonizing cries about how the one that got away, the one person who beat him, dreaming every night, nightmares of Akagi cursing his name with every breath, trying to fight again, to Akagi being like, yeah, I've lost to people before. I don't know. I don't care. I like Osamu all happy because he feels like he's bonding with Akagi, and Akagi's gonna like admit something to him. This is no big deal. Must want to, right? Have a rematch? Ooh. So in Akagi's mind, it seems like he thinks he lost to Washizu. I think he thinks of that as a defeat. Because he knows that if Washizu just stayed alive, just stayed conscious for a little bit longer, he would have lost. He would have been Yakumoned. So I think that's how Akagi sees it. And for Akagi, that was just some night. He didn't take any money from it. It was one night among many, many nights of gambles. He's just like, yeah, I guess I lost that one. Well, no, not at all. Even if I had the choice, I'm already pretty fed up with that guy. Oh, man. God, man. I want some soba. What about meeting outside the match? Just talking with him for like one night. Huh? That's even less likely. I don't want to water it down like that. Yeah, he just wants to keep that gamble pure. Whether he won or lost, it is what it is. Guess you don't even remember that person. Whoever it was that lost you very much at all, huh, Akagi-san? No, he crosses my mind once in a while. Like his little shell-toed Adidas sneakers. When I don't even try to remember him, he suddenly comes to my mind on a total whim. I can believe that. You do a lot of things on total whims. There's nothing here at all. And then heading to another onsen 3 kilometers away. Walking to it. He's given up on making Osamu stop following him for now. This is it. This is the finale. It's kind of poetic. I think this is like... We should feel a little happy for Washizu because Akagi still thinks of him sometimes. I think that's like the only nice thing we can take away from this. Is like, they'll never have another rematch. Akagi never even wants to speak to him. He doesn't want to dilute the memory of their match. But now and again, he happens to think of Washizu. And that is the greatest victory Washizu can hope to achieve at this point. We have to make our own food anyways. Samu, that's your job. Oh, he's so good. Random whims of yours are getting to be a big problem. Oh, the soba place was called Washizu. That's why he was thinking of it. Just on a little whim. He happened to go to a place called that, and that's what he thinks of. He's imagining. He's imagining Washizu What a silly little... Imagining Wishizu fuming in the hot water. Go relax in the bathhouse. Just maybe you might meet him. Someone you never want to meet. That's it. That's it. And here we see, this is lovely, a complete credits page for the whole series. Looking at the entire translation history, all the people that worked on it. Wow, and these quotes. I can't read most of these. Omoshiroi. Something has become interesting. Shine ba tasukeru no ni. Will you help me die here? I think, maybe? Ippushuta. One push? No thoughts in death? I don't know. These are famous quotes, presumably. Gamburyu. In your head, you have no thoughts of death while you gamble? Something like that? Watashi wa washi o kill saneba naranka? Am I going to kill Wishizu? I don't know. Wow, I did it. I actually wanted to meet him one last time. Yeah. He's a bit of an airhead. Do I have anything to say? I don't know. I feel like I said it all before. This is a unique achievement, I think, in all of art. To, over years and years and years, depict this one Mahjong game. The number of times it goes back and forth, the number of twists, the number of turns, the sheer joy and excitement I felt in scenes like where Akagi had extra blood put into him. The surreality, the nightmarish surreality of Wishizu's journey to hell, and the serene, transcendent peace of Akagi's imagining himself dead on the ocean floor. It was such a philosophically dense series that it felt like it exposed me to so many ways of thinking about life and death especially. And yet at the same time, it was nothing more than a gamble. It was nothing more than a game of Mahjong. I think Akagi is just such an amazingly realized character, especially in these last chapters. The way they just showed another side of him that makes so much sense, but was so masked by the gamble. God, it's so good. I want to read the whole thing again now. But no, I have to finish Manga May. There's more manga to finish yet. Alright, that's all. Series is as old as I am, and now I finally finished it. Goodbye.